Hello everybody and welcome to AFR's Tier 2 race at Singapore this evening. My name is Bandcamp and joining me shortly will be Gus Rules. If you watched the Tier 1 race, I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pretty fun one. Some engines firing up now. Looks like we're going to have Psycho maybe first out on track. Oh no. It will be Lights.
Lights is out and away we go.
That's it. Welcome, Gus.
Hello, good to be back.
Yes, good to have you. So, any chance of getting a weather report from any of the drivers?
Early reports from the pit lane is that it is both dry, quali and race.
Okay. So, interesting to see Lights using up a set of mediums here in qualifying.
Yeah, having the second set of mediums is useful for during the race, if you want to do a two-stop strategy or if there's a useful safety car. Some will be using it just as their warm-up tyre, but we did see quite a few people in Tier 1 actually set their fastest times on the medium, so it does set you up for a good one-stop medium to hard throughout the race, but it'll be interesting to see how confident people are that they're going to get a time through on those medium tyres.
Yeah.
So they are a few tenths slower than a soft compound, but softs really don't last very long.
And I think we saw in the Tier 1 race Red Panda staying out on the hards under the safety car, and I think that kind of hurt his race, unfortunately.
Yeah, just a report on his outlap. Simdog has actually gone off just at the start of Sector 3 and broken his wing, so he's going to come back into the pits.
Oh dear.
Lost his left end plate. So not the great start from the Williams driver. He's in championship contention at the moment, so it's a minor setback.
Lights has started his lap now.
Well, Sim stays out, so he must think that for a banker lap anyway, the damage isn't going to be too bad. He may even be setting this time as just a warm-up time and switch to the mediums, but we'll just have to wait and see.
6.8 through the first sector. Oh, and he's run very wide, and that's invalid. So I think we have a McLaren not far behind. Yes, we have Skins, who's come through and invalidated as well. Who is next? I believe we have a Williams driver. That's Simdogger is next in line.
Yeah, with half his wing missing, so let's see how competitive this time is.
Oh yes, we can see that left end plate is gone. Still, yeah, he's definitely feeling the effects of it. He's taking pretty easy. Oh, very close to the bridge there. So if he doesn't box, this will be the first timed lap. He's definitely still going for it. He's still using ERS. McLaren getting out of the way there. Very close to the wall. He's going for it. What's it going to be? A 139.1. So that is the first time to beat. I think Lick is on a lap here, and he's come up to some traffic of Toro Rosso.
It's actually interesting. I believe Lick is actually meant to be serving a qualifying ban for a couple of incidents he had at Italy, so this might be something the stewards will have to look at after the race.
Maybe indeed. jump on board with Nut now, who's in the middle sector. Pulling it up nicely for the hairpin. DRS open. .103 for the middle sector. Final corner now. Oh, 136.2. So the Red Bull of Nut on pole at the moment. Lick has retired from the session.
Yep, he might have got the tag.
Yeah. Condon currently on a lap, coming up to the back of Vasa. Oh, it's holding him up for sure. Is Vasa on a lap? They might be on a lap, so...
He's not got a lot of ERS left, the AlphaTauri, so this might be his second flying lap.
It might be. Condon's backed off now. That's why you've always just got to be careful in qualifying about the cars ahead. Being wary of who's at what stage of their qualifying.
He has completed the lap, Vasa. He's just come around.
39.2.
Yeah.
I think he must have invalidated his first attempt because
yes, yeah, that would make sense. I think Pondon's starting a second attempt. Fuel indicators on, so he might not be able to finish this one.
Hopefully he doesn't have to trundle around a whole lap of this circuit with no fuel.
And he's got the gearbox bug for me every time I go on board. Not the most pleasant sound.
No, it definitely is not. Bit slow on the DRS there was Condon. He's turned off ERS. I think he's realised he's not going to be able to...
Well, he's got the racing point of lights coming out behind him on a fast lap. Hopefully he sees him and stays out of his way.
Drop down to lights.
Yeah, Renault gets out of the way nicely. Racing point runs a little bit deep into the final chicane, but keeps it together. And the final corner. And it's run out of ERS actually, but he sets at P5 with a 137.5. A couple of tenths slower than his teammate who set his time on the medium, so he's got a bit of time to find there for sure.
Yeah, I found that if you run the whole lap in hot lap, you run out of deployment a couple of metres from the end, but I don't think it really makes too much of a difference.
Yeah, the finish line's so close to the end of that final corner that you're not really making the most of that ERS deployment anyway.
Just mention Skin's currently on pole with the 135.1.
Yeah, that's a stonking lap from him, the 35.1.
1.1 seconds clear of Nut currently in second place.
So I wonder if some of these other soft runners and maybe have got the engine turned down just a little bit. They don't want to set their fastest time on the softs. But Skins definitely looks like he's, turned it right up. He's got no intention of starting on the mediums.
Well, we're still waiting for a lap from Stars.
Trin as well. He hasn't set a time yet.
Stars is... yeah, I'm guessing they've invalidated or damaged their wings or something.
Yeah, showing up as 0 laps at the moment for me. Let me just double check some of the information. Ali, it's looking like a clear qualifying and race.
So Batemate now on the mediums. So I'm guessing his previous lap was a banker.
So just looking at the race directive of Stars and Tree, neither of them have set any sector times, so I don't believe they invalidated. So they may just be trying to save the tyres.
So Batemate up by half a tenth on the mediums. Getting a little bit tail happy. But keeping on top of it into the final corners now. Is he going to improve? He does. 137.7. Good enough for 10th at the moment on the mediums.
Yeah,
He'll
looking
want
at
to pray to start there, or I guess if you start in 11th.
Just looking at these other times though, Combat Rat's set a 136.3 on the medium tyre, so I don't think that's going to be enough to stay in the top 10.
Thank you very much for the follow. I now have a little notification noise when someone hits the follow button. So. Quantum effect on lap, currently 7/10 up. Again, thank you very much for the follow. So, what's the split going to be for Quantum here? 1.5 seconds. He's got a little bit deep, but it's not too bad.
So at the moment he's on track to set a time in the 135s. Still got another 6/10 to find though in this final sector to be able to beat Skins' time.
Well, that's the average he's been finding per sector, so who knows? But we are about to find out very shortly.
Oh, big slide in that final corner. He comes across the line. P2, 135.4.
Spot on there with the quick maths. Right in the middle of the 35s.
Ali wants you to say the name, by the way, in Twitch chat.
Say the name. What? I
believe when people follow you, meant to say the name.
What?
Just looking back through the field. I think we've got lights on another. Oh, the Renault moves across to the left at the same time as lights did. Nearly a massive collision on that straight at the end of sector 1.
Just missed it. Just changed to lights. Thank you, White Wolf, for the follow. So we'll see what the split's going to be for lights here. He's up by 1.4.
That's behind him as well in a hot lap, 1.7 seconds up on his time.
Gets very close to the wall, a little bit deep, but he's keeping it on track. $35.5. Currently third
That's
place
coming across. Did a 36.8, so he's lost a little bit of time in the final sector compared to Lights. We've got Trin on a hot lap now on the medium tyres.
We've also got Decelerate. I think he's Trin in the final sector.
No, that's Simdog on an outlap.
Okay. Well, Trin is right behind Decelerate with the McLaren between them. That would be the McLaren of Combat Wraps.
Oh, and Trin is invalidated.
Oh no.
Just the first corner at the start of Sector 3. He's just run a bit deep.
So Decelerate now to come across the line. 37.0 on the mediums. So 11th place.
Okay,
Now,
Trin's
who
going
I'm
on.
looking forward to seeing is Stars. There's
Yeah,
a
he's
big
just
build
coming
up.
through the hairpin now, so he's still got a little while to go. Got Trin going on another flying lap after invalidating that one. We've got Simdogger as well on a hot lap now, but he's coming into the traffic of a Renault, but it gets out of the way nicely. Let's see. Simdogger's 136.2 was set on soft tyre, but I think he had the engine turned down. He's about to complete this first flying lap on the mediums, coming around the final corner now. 135.8, so he doesn't actually improve in positions, but I've only reduced his time there.
Alright, here we go. Stars about to start his only flying lap. Oh, he's gone deep, he's gone deep. That is going to hurt him, especially on these medium tyres. You need a pretty much flawless lap. He obviously has the self-belief that he can do it. And one lap is all he needs.
Well, at this point he doesn't really have a choice. He's second last at the moment. Trin just behind him, about to complete his lap.
And the session has finished.
Oh, Trin had to get right out of the throttle. He nearly ran off and invalidated the final corner. He only set to 136.550 for 8th position.
It's got a bit deep into the hairpin as well. Split is a 102.9 and he's gone deep again. He is pushing super hard. He's trying to chase this time now.
Plondon about to cross the finish line, just coming up into the final corner. Simdogger sets pole with a 135.025 on the meat.
On the mediums.
Plondon comes across 5th and 135.9.
Oh, Stars almost grazing that wall. He's
Sorry,
out of deployment. What's he going to do? Second place on the mediums. Oh,
wow, great laps by those two. And Stars
100s.
Without those
Skins!
mistakes, would have been quicker.
Skins last second gets pole.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I didn't see the time, and I didn't see the tyre.
I think it was a 34 flat on the soft tyre. 34.5. There it is.
So wow, right at the last minute there, Skins taking pole position on the soft tyre. but he's got Simdogger and Stars with close company on the mediums in second and third, followed by Quantum Effect, Lights, Psycho, Nut, Pondon, Baitmate, and Combat Rat is rounding out the top 10. Just missing out there was Trin, Saxa, Vasa. Lick was Lick is 14th, Decelerate 15th, and Keeper in 16th.
And just over 300ths of a second separating second and third place there. So really closely matched those two. We're looking forward to seeing how they play out in the race with strategy. Skins obviously starting on the softs. He's going to be a little bit compromised having to pit a lot earlier.
Well, an early safety car would definitely suit Skins more than the other two.
Yeah, you'd expect the soft tyres to last about 6 to 7 laps before they start to fall off the cliff. They can be pushed out to about 10 or 11 laps, but you're really going to be struggling for grip, especially around here. It is such a low grip circuit. But yeah, we'd expect the medium runners to last till about laps 13, 14 before they put on the hards, unless there is that earlier safety car.
Yeah, and there's very few runoff zones, so you can't afford too many mistakes around here.
Yeah, a lot of blind corners as well, so you really need to be paying attention to Jeff and all of his insights into yellow flags, because you do not want to T-bone someone on somewhere like the bridge. It's going to ruin your race for sure.
Yeah. So Trin, Vasa, Lick, and Decelerate all opting to start on the mediums. And Keeper and Saxa going against the grain, starting on the softs. Thank you for the follow.
Yeah, Trent didn't actually make the top 10 after it all settled at the end, so he's going to be on a brand new set of medium tyres, so should see him run a little bit deeper into the race than his teammate and the Mercedes of Stars. Pondon a little bit out of position there, down in 8th. He's pretty consistently been finishing around the top 5, so hopefully he can stay out of trouble, make it through the first little bit, but he does have quite a few soft runners in front of him, so they're going to be quick at the start, but he will have the grip advantage towards, around that lap 6-7 point.
Yeah. I'm a bit surprised here by Skins really stretching out the field. You'd think he'd be trying to conserve those soft tyres as much as possible.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect him to want to let those soft tyres get too cold, but coming into Sector 3 now, he may start to bunch them up, but...
Well, the AI is about to take over.
Yeah, because it is a very early point for the AI. He might be sitting there for a while now.
Well, they round the final corner. And we still have people just exiting the tunnel.
Okay, we've got the Ferrari of Keeper just coming around the final corner now. He'll take up his grid position shortly.
Yep, we see them all filing into their grid slots. Alright, we have the 5 red lights. And we are racing. So it's a good start from the Mercedes. Getting himself in between the Williams and the McLaren. Oh, McLaren just turns in, takes to the runoff area. I don't think that's going to fly. Everyone seems to have made it through.
Yeah, it's been pretty tight at the back, no carbon fibre so far, so I think everyone's got their wings intact.
Just watching everyone come down this main straight now. Well, the straight with the kink.
A little bit of contact between the Ferrari and the AlphaTauri. They're all bunching up a little bit in Sector 1.
Trin getting past Saxa there. AWS stats. Trin having a look at bait mate there. Having made up a position. Combat, meanwhile, is going backwards.
Yeah, he just got contacted by the Ferrari there at the hairpin. And Ferrari nearly spun around, but he managed to catch it.
Condon, I saw the time was very, very close to Psycho. And Skins has, dropped down to third. So not getting the best start. Right behind Psycho, not giving him any room to breathe at the moment. Applying the pressure early on.
Oh, we've got a Renault of Saxo around at turn 3. I can see the contact, but...
Is Pondon making... Ooh. Yes, he does. Gets past Psycho.
Oh, the Renault's got a bit of wing damage, a lot of understeer, both end plates gone, so...
Yeah, looking at that
unfortunate
now.
for Saxo again.
I wonder if Psycho's missing any wing. No, car looks intact. Oops. Back to Trin now. Having a look at bait mate. And DRS will be available at the end of this lap. So we may have to jump up to Simdogger, who's still within touching distance of Stars. Simdogger with the fastest lap, 140.8.
Oh, we've got an Alfa Romeo around on the front stay and wing damage as well. We've got Lick has lost it just on the start finish line. Well, we go side by side with Dezella, with Vassar.
So we've got a safety car.
One. We do, full safety car. That was interesting. I wonder if it's for that debris that's on the pit straight.
It could well be.
That wasn't a massive accident, but must have been enough for the game to think that it was worthwhile. Sax has taken the opportunity to come in and get his wing replaced. Should be able to catch back up before the end of the safety car period.
Thank you for the couple of follows there.
Yeah, so it's a really awkward safety car, this one. It's probably too early for anyone to really take advantage of this unless you've got some lap 1 damage.
Well, this is definitely going to help Saxa.
Yeah, he's probably the only one that this really benefits. Everyone else, like the softs, yeah, you would have hoped to have been able to push those out for a few more laps before the safety car. The hards will make it to the end, so if you do want to chuck it into the pits, be able to do it, but...
You're going to be struggling at the end, though.
Yeah, and that is the difficult part of racing here at Singapore, is that track position is key. It's very much like Monaco, but there are a couple of points where you can overtake, so if you're very slow through the slow corners, once you hit those straights, you will get overtaken by someone on quicker compounds. I'm not sure, particularly our race leaders, I wouldn't expect to pit, but yeah, soft runners, I'd be very surprised if any of them come into change at the moment, unless they want to go for a 2-stop strategy on the mediums.
Well, you could go medium from here.
We do have Skins and Quantum Effect coming into the pits, as well as Lights, so the racing points are going to double stack, so Lights is going to lose out here. I got Psycho coming into the pits as well. Nut, Baitmate, yeah, they're all coming in. We've got Keeper trying to go very slow into the pits to not double stack with his teammate. Oh, it's a very, very busy pit lane here. Got Skins jumping on the hards, but we've got most of the others jumping onto the medium tyre, so Skins trying to go to the end there, but the rest of the field switching to that two-stop strategy does give them a bit more flexibility if there's a late safety car. That this will be very interesting to see how it plays out. The whole field, apart from the McLaren of Skins, on the medium tyre. He clearly didn't get the memo, but he's going to try something different.
Well, I think the medium runners that didn't stop, I don't know, 3 laps, is that going to make a huge difference? But we will see. And I think Singapore is one of those tracks where the tyres drop off, but there's still plenty of life in them. So if you're able to keep it on the track, you can keep going around, but they're just going to be very slow.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. The degradation is actually not too bad. Like you say, your tread amount on your tyres is still going to be pretty good, but yeah, you are going to lose that little bit of pace the longer you go into it. But I think Stars and Simdog are going to be hoping to be able to get a bit of a lead. We've actually, the position's kind of normalised now. We're seeing the regular sort of order that we've seen in previous weeks with the usual suspects in the top 4, and Combat Rat hanging around as well. We usually have one of the McLarens, either Combat or Skins, are in that 5th or 6th position, so be good to look forward to a bit of a championship battle now with everyone clear of traffic. We'll be interested to see how the strategy plays out with definitely Skins not having to stop again.
Well, you never know, we might get another safety car.
We might.
Being Singapore, I wouldn't be surprised if we do.
I'm sure everyone in the bottom half of the field is going to be hoping it's going to be a fair bit later than that one was, because if it's too soon, it definitely helps out those top 7 guys who started on the mediums.
Yeah.
The safety car's going around for another lap. We're just waiting for Saxo to catch up, who's just at turn 1 now, so he should catch them before they get to the end of sector 2, which is usually where the notification will pop up that the safety car is coming in.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I believe it will be coming in at the end of this lap. So
in fact, he's going to catch them before sector 2, I think. It's he's done well to catch up there. We've only got 1 penalty so far. I saw Lights pick up a penalty on the under the safety car conditions. He's obviously run a bit off track and copped a warning for that. But they've kept it pretty clean so far. I've only seen we've got Stars getting a 5-second penalty. He's hit Simdog.
We saw that on the stream, and
Simdog has got a penalty as well.
I think he's got too close to the back of him and only just touched him.
There's no wing damage on the Williams, so that's not too bad. But yeah, as I was saying, that no one's got a penalty. We get 2 within the space of a second. Yeah,
well, Simdogger was just right behind him, and it was almost like a Baku Hamilton-Vettel incident, and the safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. So Stars
when did I do dangerous driving?
Yeah. So Stars will maintain the pace now. And we don't want another Monza/Mugello.
Yeah, I mean, luckily the start-finish line's quite early on the straight, so we shouldn't see that repeat from Tier 1.
But he just needs to pick his moment very carefully. You don't want to go too early either, because then you'll be throttle limited.
You've got to make sure as well the tyres are warm, because as soon as you put down that loud pedal, the rears are going to scream and protest.
They will indeed. Safety car's peeling off into the pit lane now. And Stars is gone. Simdogger a little bit slow on the reactions there, and he's going to have Pondon very close behind.
Oh, Renault Sachs is gone. Oh, Sachs has gone off at the end. Oh,
you're kidding me. Oh,
what a shame. His tyres weren't warm enough. I don't think he had a big wobble in the final corner and then tried to correct it. He did too much and straight off to the grandstand wall. That's very unfortunate for him.
And it just all come back for him as well.
Yeah, it's a real shame. I really feel for him. Got a racing point and Ferrari side by side just before the bridge section. Bankmate and Lights into the hairpin side by side.
Oh, keeping it clean.
Great wheel to wheel action there. Nice and clean, guys. Well done. Oh, as we've got Lick dive bombing Keeper into the first corner in sector 3. Gets it done. I think Keeper knew he was coming and didn't turn in.
Penalties starting to flow in now. I missed the first one, but Combat's got one.
Yeah, Lick's got one as well.
He
cut a corner just in the last couple of corners. He's got the racing point and the Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo's gone off track at turn 2. Lights keeps it on the inside.
Oh.
Great wheel-to-wheel racing there from the two. No DRS yet. We've still got a few more laps before that's re-enabled. Oh, Keeper got stuck to the Alfa Romeo. Oh,
I don't think he got any damage from it.
No, I think it was just a little bit of netco that just got stuck. Keeper very wisely got right out of the throttle.
I think Luke has his overtake stuck on.
He's had that issue before as well. It's very unfortunate. I don't know what's going on with him.
And he's just going to be a sitting duck now because, maybe he's listening because he has turned it off with no deployment left.
No deployment left at all. So he's only 2/3 of the way through the lap. So luckily it's the slower section of the track where he doesn't have any ERS, but...
Jump back up the order here as Skins is right behind Vassar at the moment. On the hard tyres.
Just noting as well, the top 4 have broken away from the rest of the pack. It's about 2 seconds between Trin and Combat Rat as DRS is enabled by race control.
Let's jump up with Simdogger as he has closed the gap somewhat. 2 stars ahead, only half a second at the moment. DRS open, Stars immediately trying to break the toe. No dice this time around.
Oh, and we've got Lights has run right at the back of the Ferrari of Batemate. He's broken his front wing. It's a massive concertina effect there. Turn, I believe it's 6. And the racing point has just fallen back through the order.
Yeah, just having a look now. Lick's got no damage. Lights, however, has to take evasive action and miss that chicane. Yeah, he's missing his left end plate.
Yeah,
and
we've got a bit
some of the planes or whatever they're called.
Yeah, there's a bit of a train forming from P10 down to P13.
Did Batemate get damage from that nudge as well?
Not sure.
His left end plate now.
Lights did hit him very hard, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's gone into the back of the Red Bull of Nut in front of him.
chase down faster.
Got a nice little battle happening for P5 with Combat Rat just half a second in front of Decelerate, who's just 3/10 in front of Quantum Effect. They come around onto the first straight. Oh, Quantum Effect has a great run off the corner, passing the up the Towery with a bit of contact on the straight. They've both got DRS, so they're not able to get away from each other. McLaren of Combat Rat says thank you very much and keeps position.
Lucky to get away with that, those two. Doing a good job here holding the field behind him and also helping out his teammate who's in the train behind him on the hard tyre.
Yeah, and just a little bit further back, Nut has got past Vassar, his sister teammate. So now he's trying to catch up the back of this train. He's only 3 seconds behind Psycho, and that's the train that runs from P5 all the way down to P9 at the moment. With a sector 3 yellow flag. Yeah, Ferrari of mate. He did call out that he did have a broken end plate, and he's just before the little tunnel under the grandstand. He's locked up and gone into the wall, and his whole wing is now missing. So, gonna have to come in and get that replaced. Very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, and Skins with the 3-second time penalty. So they're a little bit more processional through that corner. This is allowing Quantum Effect to have a go at Combat. Combat squeezes him up to the wall, but Quantum says thank you very much and good day, sir.
Yeah, Quantum on the brand new medium tyres. He pit under the safety car as Combat did not, so slightly fresh tyres definitely helping out the Racing Point there. And now he's going to put the foot down and try and catch up the back of the leaders. DRS train of the top 4 at the moment. Nuts, since I last mentioned, has already taken a second out of Psycho on that lap. The train in the mid-pack is definitely holding them up. Cork in the bottle of Combat Rat is really slowing the race of everyone behind him.
And Quantum Effect has already pulled out a 1.4 second gap, 1.5 now.
I wonder if this is going to help his teammate, because he obviously pit under the safety car onto the hard tyre, and so he's able to stay with all of these guys with the DRS. He doesn't have to pit again, whereas everyone around him most likely will. So let's keep an eye on Skins and see where he ends up in a few laps' time, because at the moment he is essentially the effective race leader after correcting for pit stops.
Condon must have had a bit of a moment because he is now out of DRS range and under threat from Trin.
And Trin has a massive moment as he comes onto the straight, so hopefully be able to get the job done. He's not using overtake, he's going away maybe the straight between sector 2 and 3.
He's already losing a fair bit of time. Just in those
Skins Skins losing his position to Psycho as well. Seeing a bit of jostling for position in the midfield. Decelerate made a move on Combat as well, but Combat managed to stay in front. Quantum Effect now 3 seconds in front of the McLaren.
Skins going very wide there. This helicopter camera is great. More of this, please. So the field is now starting to thin out a little bit, but not between the front two. Still half a second gap. Let's jump up. Oh, Trin. Oh, Pondon's coming into the pits.
So he's the first of the drivers to... Actually, Simdogger as well. So they're the first of the guys who started on the medium tyres to pit.
Medium to hard for Pondon. Simdogger serving a penalty?
Yes, he had a 5-second penalty under the safety car for colliding
right,
with Star. So
that's going to hurt. That's let Pondon through as well.
They're both onto the hard tyres as well, so they'll be going to the end on those. And we've got Combat Rat as well, has pit and is on
Psycho
the medium.
and Decelerate. Oh, they both lock up. Avoid any contact. Decelerate holding the inside line. Another lock up. Psycho not able to find a way past at the moment.
Interestingly, Combat's pit for another set of medium tyres, so he's very early decided to go onto a 2-stop strategy.
Well, you need to make that kind of call early.
Yeah, so you'd expect him to pit again around lap 24, thereabouts, onto the soft tyres. So we'll keep an eye on him.
Get to lap 23 if you can. Oh, sorry, 25. But Pondon's coming out of the pits with 9 seconds of clear air in front of him.
Yeah, that's really well placed. And Vassar as well is going to have to pit soon in the next couple of laps if he's doing a 1 or 2 stop strategy. So effectively, yeah, Pondon has about 15 seconds or 11 seconds.
Stars into the pits.
Yeah, we've got Trin in as well. As Quantum Effect sets the fast lap of the race and takes the lead. And Stars serving that penalty and Trin overtakes him.
So all the people that didn't stop under the safety car are now pitting.
Does Trin get out in front of the Mercedes? He does. So Trin has jumped Stars, and where's Simdogger on the pit straight now? Well, they may actually get him as well as they come out of the pits. Pondon in front,
they
takes
do!
the lead,
They
and
do!
yes, Simdogger gets in front of Trin as well. Wow.
Oh, the two Williams there, side by side. Trin getting a bit sideways.
Massively from this. Yeah, that's incredible. So both Williams drivers in front of the Mercedes Stars, who had a pretty commanding lead before the pit stops.
It's all gone a bit pear-shaped.
But Pondon is, yeah, he's...
Simdogger looking around the outside. They're side by side. He's got the inside line now. Squeezes Pondon right up to the wall, but Pondon's not backing out.
Still side by side.
And there we go. He's
just got it, yeah. Wow. That was very impressive outlaps there from Simdogger and Pondon.
Let the racing resume. But now, the shoe's on the other foot. Simdogger is ahead of Stars. And he's got Trin and Pondon in between them.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do. He's really lost out from these pit stops. And meanwhile, Combat Rat is just behind them as well on the medium tyres, so he may come into play here as well.
Oh! Simdogger is spun into the wall. He's lost his wing. He almost collects the McLaren of Combat. Whew. Oh no, he's going to be devastated.
Matt Dabry, so what happened under safety car? Simdogger ran into the back of Stars, and they both got 5-second penalties that they served in the pits. And unfortunately, yeah, that's effectively ruined Simdogger's race there. He's going to have to pit again immediately after his pit. As Combat sets the fastest lap of the race.
And he is now part of this lead group, per se. They can't afford to be fighting too hard because they do need to catch the guys that stopped under the VSC, and they can't afford to be undercut, as Stars looked like he went a little bit deep but avoided any contact with Trin.
And this is really going to hamper Williams' strategy as well, because they can no longer use each other to try and hold up the cars behind, so that's made it a bit of an even playing field now between those three drivers. As fellow Williams driver T-Mac in the chat says Spindogger. So yes, I'm sure he appreciates that, T-Mac.
So So currently looking at the penalties, Lick is on 12, Lights 3, Decelerate 3, Combat 3, Trend 5, and Skins 3. Probably get to the end from here.
16 laps of the mediums is doable, but they're not going to be in a very good state at the end. He'll definitely be hoping for another safety car.
They might be in better shape than Skins Hards, maybe.
That's very true. So expect Quantum Effect and Psycho to come into the pits in the next couple of laps, as well as Nut and Keeper. So Skins will be about 15-20 seconds in front of Pondon when that happens, as we've got a position change as Lick comes into the pits. Back.
Also, Pondon has brought that gap from 9 seconds down to 7.3. So they are closing that gap. Meanwhile, I should just mention we've got Quantum Effect out the front here. Reserve driver filling in, doing a great job. He's built up a 6.7 second lead.
And Combat Rat's looking very racy behind Stars. Caught right back up to his gearbox. Getting past him is going to be difficult. That DRS train is going to be very powerful.
Yeah, like I always say, it's one thing to catch, it's another thing to get past. And Combat on 3% ERS. He needs to be saving that in this train.
Oh, the Mercedes of Stars has got a little bit hairy out of the corner of turn 4. He's still within DRS range though, so McLaren's got a lot of work to do to catch him on the straight. As the Williams tries to get past the Renault, the interlocked wheels. Oh, there's wing! There's wing! Oh, Trin's broken his wing. Oh, and he's hit Stars as well. Stars is in the wall and he's got wing damage too. Oh.
I did not expect that.
Stars and Trin both with wing damage. Yeah, it looked like Ponton
that's
had
a lot of wing
tires.
damage. They're going to have to be really careful coming into the pits because they're going to have no front end grip.
Yeah, Ponton and Trin had interlocked tyres. Looked like Trin had made the move. And I'm not sure if he was left enough space or if he went in a bit deep. A bit hard to tell from the angle I was at.
I think Combat...
Apparently Trin is not there on Pondon's screen. So that's very unfortunate if that was desync.
Yeah, well, I think Pondon and Combat got through that.
Yeah, no issues from what I saw. Yeah, they've done well to get out of that.
So just, Codemasters things.
So we're expecting to see the medium runners of Quantum, Psycho, Nut and Keep It a Pit this lap or next lap, which will leave Skins with the race lead, followed by Pondon and Combat Rat, as we've got Trin and Stars both in the pits getting their wings fixed. And onto the medium tyres goes Stars. Trin is also going onto the medium.
And this is going to be interesting. Where's
Simdog? He's just coming around the last corner now.
Yeah. Let's go
he's going to overtake them. He gets past the Ferrari as well on the pit straight. And he now moves up to P11. So suddenly he's back in the... or nearly back in the points, but... as the Mercedes of Stars is spun on the pit exit as well. Oh, this race just goes from bad to worse.
I'm sure.
I don't think he got a penalty, but I think
I'm sure
he may have
planted that accelerator out of frustration.
It was that, or maybe he's touched the wall, because where he was positioned looked like he'd actually spun over the pit exit and into the middle of the track just at turn 2. So it was very, very unfortunate.
Thank you very much for the follow.
Simdog has already caught up to the back of Vassar as well, just before the bridge section, and that will be for the final points position. Bit of a lock-up from the Williams there, but not too much harm done. He's got DRS and using his ERS as well. He desperately wants to get this move done. The AFR looked like he was going to go on the outside, but no, he's basically let him go. He knows that he's not really got the pace to keep with Simdogger, who seems to be on a mission to catch back up to Pond and Combat. And as I say that, he gets another 3-second penalty. Took a little bit too much curve, as there's a lot of wing damage there under the...
Lights is out.
Oh no, Lights, I think he's lost a fair bit of wing going there. We've got a virtual safety car. This is really... Oh, is it going to help anyone? No. No one's near the pit entry.
No.
Vassar's got brand new hards. No one is going to be able to gain from this VSC.
I'll just answer a quick question. So the rest of the race is predicted to be dry, as far as we are aware.
So, and the VSC has ended and DRS is enabled again.
Combat right on Pondon's gearbox at the moment, and DRS. Psycho and Nut into the pits, getting off the medium tyres.
Pondon's about 15 seconds behind Skins, who is almost about to become our race leader. That's a lot of time to make up over 12 seconds, so Skins is actually in a very good position here to potentially get the race win. He does have a penalty, but yeah, it's a long way to go.
How long's the pit stop around here?
It's looking like it's about 25 to 30 seconds, thereabouts.
So when Quantum pits, he'll
Combat
come out,
makes the move.
He goes
Gets past Pondon. Now, Combat does have to pit again. I don't expect him to be able to make it to the end on those medium tyres, but he may play the team game here. If he can hold Pondon up, this will dramatically help Skins.
Yeah, it definitely will. But I think Combat needs to make the most of this situation and try
yeah,
and
for
pull the gap.
his strategy to work out, he has to be pulling away from Pondon a lot, because, I mean, there's a gap behind of about 10 seconds to decelerate. He needs to make that at least 20 to 25 seconds to be able to even think about being able to pass on the soft tyre.
But if he holds him up too much, he's going to ruin his own race. Because
exactly.
He has to stop again.
I guess the best case for Combat is if he just pushes as hard as he can and where it counts, hold Pondon up in the corners. And Quantum looks like he's going very deep into the race on those medium tyres, already up to 15 laps, which is the longest anyone so far has been able to push those mediums. Got 11 laps to go, so I'd say he's probably going to go onto the soft tyre in a couple of laps' time once it's feasible. Just looking back, got the Mercedes of Psycho about to make a move on Decelerate on the pit straight.
Yeah, just saw that. I'm looking at it now. He's going up the inside. Is that the right decision, Psycho? Have you not gone?
He's on fresh medium, so I think he may be able to keep in front, even with the DRS on the next straight for Decelerate. I think he's got enough pace. There's very little ERS as well in the Alpha Tauri, and a lot in Psychos. We've got
virtual
a retirement
safety
of
car.
Lick and a VSC. He's gone straight on at the straight between sectors 2 and 3.
Well, Quantum will
we've
be
got
the first one on scene. And
an Alpha Tauri in the pits of Vassar.
Skins is disconnected.
Ooh, where is he at the moment? He's on the back straight. Hopefully he can get back in that car before his AI pits, because that will ruin his strategy if it comes in now.
So unfortunately the car disappeared before Quantum arrived at the scene.
Oh, Skins is AI, what are you going to do? Stay out, stay out, stay out.
He's staying out.
He's staying out. Alright, okay. Thankfully, I'm glad the AI didn't change that at all. Quantum also stays out, pushing his meters a bit further. Baitmate has sped under the safety car.
Baitmate!
For a drive-through penalty, unfortunate. This will
gonna
help
hurt.
Stars and Trin though. That's good for their recovery strategy.
Skins will be frantically trying to get back into this lobby. At least he's got his AI's got DRS. Still not going anywhere.
As a Ferrari of Baitmate just goes from bad to worse. He's at the same place that we lost Lights. He's broken his full wing as well, so not only does he have a drive-through penalty, he's also going to have to pit to get a new wing, and that's completely ruined his chances of getting points in this race.
Yep. Well, we can
Meanwhile,
get the safety car.
We could, but it's going to be
Bit of a tall ask now.
I reckon he's going to be lapped before he serves his drive-through. Contrast, his teammate Keeper's doing very well, running in 8th place. He's just in front of Simdogger at the moment, who's a couple of seconds behind.
And Keeper just pit as well.
Yes, he's on fresh medium, so they'll go to the end easily. Skins is still not returned. I hope he doesn't have any sort of power or internet issue where he is at the moment. It's a full lap he's done now under AI conditions.
Are you able to send him an invite?
Yes, I will follow that up. If he's online.
So no one currently in DRS at the moment, but Simdogger is...
Oh, his AI's pit, no!
And what's it going to put him on?
Mediums, not even softs. It's a real shame. Yeah, the invite has been sent, but unfortunately he's showing us offline, so he might have some sort of issue.
Outage.
Yeah, that's a real shame. He was on for a win there. That was, real
He's
shame.
definitely in the fight for it, and I'll just have to say Quantum Effect has stretched these mediums to 17 laps.
So he's currently 11 seconds in front of Combat Rat. So he will come out probably around about P5, thereabouts, but if he's on soft tyres, he is hopefully going to be able to cut his way through the field.
Simdogger's actually very slowly starting to catch Keeper now. Ooh, Combat Rat with a 3-second time penalty.
Quantum Effect stays out again. Is he trying to go to the end on those mediums?
No, I think he's trying to get enough laps in to get onto the softs, and
I think he's definitely got there by now. There's only 8 laps to go.
I would be expecting him to come in this lap.
Yeah, his gap to Combat Rat has been reducing by about a second a lap now. Skins has rejoined.
Yes, he has, and he's
down in
going to
7th,
not be happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Quantum Effect doing a similar strategy to what I ran. Kind of different to everybody else.
Simdogger's finally caught up to the back of keeper.
See the DRS open there. I think he's going to be too far back this time around.
Is that rain?
What?
I'm seeing rain on the TV cam. Got 8 laps to go, and it is starting to rain.
I don't see rain. Oh wait, I do. I do see rain.
Well, this has just spliced it up nicely towards the end.
Oh, wow.
It's already
it is
a very
definitely
low
starting to rain now.
I think that the safety car and the 2 VSCs we've had has slowed it down enough that we've started to cross into the random kind of forecast part of the game.
Quantum's gonna have to pit now. He can't wait until it starts properly raining.
Actually, this makes sense. Maybe the reason why he's held out so long is because he was expecting it to rain. Maybe he's about to jump onto the intermediate tyres. But
he's gone around again. He has gone around again.
The gap is down to 3.5 seconds, so he's lost so much time. He had nearly 10 seconds just a couple of laps ago. So those tyres have fallen off the cliff.
We'll just jump up with him now and see how he's tracking. Yeah, he's using a lot of overtake. He knows he needs to stop this lap because his tyres will not go much longer. And he will start to risk a puncture, actually. So, and I believe we had some drivers in Tier 1 getting some punctures towards the end of the race.
Yep, apparently.
Skins makes the move on Nut.
Simdogger is struggling to get past keeper. He's got the fresher tyres and he's just doing enough to stay in front.
1.6 seconds now to Quantum. Is it really raining that hard?
No, it's just sprinkling at the moment. Skins is sizing up Nut for a pass on the back straight. A little bit far back. Oh, he goes for it and he loses his part of his wing. He's hit the back of the Red Bull.
Dear.
And they're locked together. The Red Bull's lost part of his wing as well. Oh, no. It was reminiscent of Alonso and Gutierrez at Melbourne there. It just looked like there was a massive speed difference between the two. I think Nut braked a little bit early. Skins didn't quite realise that there was some overlap there and he's just whacked his left end plate off on the back of the Red Bull.
Quantum's coming in. What's he putting on? He's risking it for the biscuit. On go the Inters.
Oh, there's no spray off the tyres. I think it's too early. We haven't seen the DRS disabled yet. But, yeah.
Well, rock in a hard place at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, the softs would have been better than going on any other kind of hard compound. As the track starts to cool and get slippery, but I'll keep an eye on him and see how he goes.
He's already a little bit slidey.
Yeah, a bit oversteery. We've got Simdogger right behind keeper though, and just in front of him. This should be a pretty easy move for the Williams. The Ferrari covers the inside. And Sim... Oh, late braking from the Ferrari. They touch a little bit. Big slide by the Williams. Side by side to the next corner as well. The Ferrari goes in deep, runs the Williams right up his wall, but he loses it! He loses the rear. The wing's gone.
Keeper in the wall. In a good points position as well.
So Stars is now up to P8, just behind Quantum Effect and the Racing Point. Trin now in the points as well in P10.
Skins has now put on the the Inters as well. But we can just see Quantum is just bleeding tenths at a time. It is too dry. Way too dry at the moment.
Just looking at the front, we've got Combat Rat currently in the lead, ahead of Pondon in P2, and then we've got Psycho a little bit further back. And then it's a good 12 seconds behind Psycho before the next car of Decelerate.
So yeah, Stars literally just got past Quantum and he's already gone. Skins struggling to control the car as Combat Rat comes into the pits and he puts on Inters as well. I don't know if that's the right decision. I do not know.
I think his teammate probably gave him a little bit of info. I reckon we're at the crossover period, I think, as Skins leaves the session. I think this is pretty much the crossover point. I'm just trying to see if there's any spray coming off the tyres. I think I'm just starting to see a little bit now. So it is very close. Pondon is really struggling at the end, start of Sector 2. What's gliding?
I'm seeing Combat losing time, hand over fist to both Simdogger and Stars.
Keeper's pit and put on another set of softs. I don't know if he meant to put on softs, but that was a bit of a surprise.
Well, there is a whole possibility that this is all the rain we're going to get. We have had races before where it's just spitting and it was never wet enough to actually put on the tyres.
Just watching the Renault come out of the hairpin, shifting up a lot, keeping the revs low. They are struggling for grip out there, especially those who've been on tyres for a long time, like Pondon and Decelerate.
Stars needs to be patient here.
We've got a Red Bull of Nut has gone around at the hairpin. He was in P5. Let's put Simdogger up into P4. If we've got Stars now up into P6. So it's race starting to come back their way.
Nut missing his entire wing at the moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of spray coming off the tyres as well now. I think you're going to have to pit for the intermediates this lap. Pondon and Psycho stay out. Psycho is doing so well. He's only 8 tenths behind Pondon in P2. He's on a reasonably fresh set of medium tyres compared to Pondon's old hards.
Psycho will be able to go to the end.
Could we be seeing Psycho's first win, I believe, in Tier 2?
I mean, haven't we got enough of this in real life? If it's not one Mercedes driver, it's the other Mercedes driver.
Oh, he's got a bit of overlap. He's made the move.
Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. There's a bit of a lock-up.
Oh, the wing. Rose wing. Oh, Pondon lost his end plate.
Oh, dear.
This is going to be so incredibly hard.
Oh, the Mercedes is struggling now to pull up that car. I think we have hit that crossover period.
And Pondon's going to have to get the wing replaced, and Simdogger is about 20 seconds back. Oh, we've definitely... I think the DRS will be disabled. If not this lap, it'll be next. Still have 4 laps to go after this one. So I don't think anyone's going to be able to make it to the end on slick tyres. Oh yeah, the Renault's just locked up going at the end of the back straight.
Oh, Psycho almost hits the wall. Oof.
I think they're going to have to come in this lap. Oh, Pondon's rear nearly went out then.
Let's see how Keeper's travelling on the fresh softs. Because he's going to have the most grip out of anybody.
And Psycho's coming into the pits. Psycho's pitting. No, he stays out, and he's run wide because it was a very, very late decision. Oh, Pondon stays out as well. He's missing part of his wing. The gap's now 2 seconds.
DRS is disabled.
So that is it. That is the game saying, no, it is too wet. Come in for wets. We got Skins has come into the pits now for enters. Just looking at who else we've got. We've got Stars is coming into the pit, so Stars is pitting. As is Decelerate.
Keeper is now losing time to Nut.
Oh no, Decelerate has gone a bit deep. And he's cut over the pit entry line, so he's lost a ton of time. As Combat Rat comes through P4, he is the lead driver on intermediate tyres, and he's just 10 seconds behind Simdogger and 31 seconds off the lead. So if he has a really good lap here, he may be able to overtake Psycho when he pits at the end of this lap. So we were talking up Skins' chances for the whole race, and now Combat Rat has come out of nowhere, and he is potentially going to inherit the lead of this race at the end of this lap.
And that is why you never ruin your own race.
Exactly. He committed early to the 2-stop, and it looks like that's worked in his favour. Oh, Decelerate's crossed the pit exit line. He's copped a 5-second penalty for that as well, so that's really hampered him.
Getting reports that Pondon spun.
Yeah, he's spun as well in Sector 2. He's dropped off 4 seconds off Psycho. Apparently he's missing a fair chunk of his wing. Left end plate's gone and part of the element as well. And he's, slipping and sliding all over the show. Meanwhile, Simdogger has nearly gone into the wall at the hairpin, and Combat Rat is just absolutely flying past him.
Yeah, they have to stop. They have to.
Yeah, they've got no option at all. Pondon is locking up under the stadium now. Psycho coming through the second last corner will be going into the pit. So we've got 3 laps to go after this one.
Getting past Simdogger as well.
Psycho now in the pits. Pondon really struggling to get it into the pits. He's cooked it as Combat. It's coming around the second last corner. And the last corner now is now in the lead of the race.
By some margin as well.
Yeah, he has timed that to perfection. He must have heard from his teammate that now was the time, and boy oh boy, he's made the right call. But Quantum Effect, don't count him out yet. He's only 1.2 seconds behind Combat Rat. Was the first to pit for the Inter-Tyre, and it still worked out okay for him. He's only lost 1 net position.
Combat needs a gap of 6 seconds to maintain this lead.
So yeah, unfortunately for Combat, Quantum Effect is effectively our race leader. Stars is way back 15 seconds off Quantum Effect. 2 Mercedes drivers are doing particularly well, especially given how bad the first half of the race was for Stars. Some incidents with the lead drivers there. And the 2 Williams drivers really struggling. They're battling each other actually. Where are they now? They're just coming out of turn 3, side by side, in 8th and 9th position. So after being effective 2nd and 3rd, they've really had a turn for the worse in this race.
Just Williams things.
They can't catch a break.
Now the DRS is enabled, they've lost that advantage to, try and get past other cars, which has just made overtaking so much harder around here.
Yeah, basically, at this point, it's essentially you just have to wait for someone in front to make a mistake, or come across someone who is so much slower than you are. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen.
So, lap 29 of 31. Couple laps to go. Stars still pushing. So it's a good recovery from the Mercedes boys in 3rd and 4th at the moment. Stars will still not be happy. That win was on the cards and it just slipped away. I think we've got a
Ferrari keeper. Yeah, he's gone off just at the start of sector 2 there. I think he's lost his right end plate. Okay.
I'm sure Quantum Effect would know that Combat has a penalty.
Yeah, he's not done.
He'll know how long he's got for penalties, and he's got 2 laps. He's got to hold on.
Yeah, I think he'll be keeping it within that 3-second buffer, just to be safe in case he gets a penalty himself. He loses the rear a little bit under traction there. He's lifting the rears up a little bit.
This is what I was trying to allude to. Reserve driver hasn't been around very long, and the nerves start to kick in. You start to think, oh, is this it? Is this it? But you haven't got it until you cross that line. And it's so difficult to maintain focus when you're trying to get your first win.
Oh, he pinches the brake as well.
I think this is pretty much our closest battle, and we have the Nut and the 2 Williams with a similar margin. I don't think Skins is actually there, so...
No, I think Skins and Baitmate have both left the session to cross the line to start the final lap of the race. Combat Rat is in the lead, but with 6 seconds worth of penalties. Second place is Quantum Effect with no penalties. So at this point, Quantum Effect is our race leader. Stars is good 11 seconds behind Quantum Effect, so at this point he'll finish third. Still got a long way to go. Singapore's treacherous at the best of times, but it's wet as well. It looks like it's been getting heavier, so hopefully it doesn't cross over into full wet conditions.
Oh, you'll be able to skirt around the rest of the lap. But Stars will be breathing a sigh of relief, clawing his way back up into third and beating his championship rivals.
Yeah, great recovery drive from him. Kept it clean. I think Pondon and the two Williams drivers had a little bit of trouble trying to get back through the field, so yeah, he's done very well to get out of jail there. Gap's now to 2 seconds. Quantum Effect's dropped off a little bit. I think he's having to conserve fuel. He's got the fuel indicator lighters on. He's really struggling under traction as well. Don't forget he's had those tyres for 1 lap longer, and it wasn't really in optimal intermediate conditions, so he may have just taken a little bit too much life out of those. But at this stage, he still has just over 3.5 seconds gap to work with. He can drop off a little bit more, and he will still win the race.
Go on board with him into the final section. So Combat coming around the last couple of corners, takes the win on track. And then Quantum Effects comes across the line and says thank you
Yeah,
for
great
my
race from
maiden
him.
victory.
We've got a little battle happening for P7. We've got Nut in 7th at the moment with Trin and Simdogger behind. I think Simdogger's just hit the wall as well. I think he's picked up a little bit of damage from that. At the moment, Nut will finish in P7. He's got 3 seconds of penalty, same as Trin. Simdogger's got 6. Oh, and Simdogger's lost it at the final corner as well. He's spin-doggered it across the line.
Oh dear.
And just waiting for Vasa. He's just going across the bridge now. The last driver.
In the points though.
Yeah, so this is great drive from him as well. He was running last, I think, at one point or two. AlphaTauris, I think, at the end of lap 1 were right at the back of the field.
But wow, what a race. What a race. Safety cars, virtual safety cars, bit of rain at the end.
It wasn't even forecast either, so
Yep.
yeah, it was a good surprise, that one.
Nice and spicy. And to top it all off, a first win for Quantum.
Yeah, great drive from him. Very risky call to go into the intermediates, but I think he did well. He obviously knew that it was going to rain. He pushed those mediums probably a bit longer than he should have. He was losing a lot of time to the McLaren behind, but yeah, kudos to him. He, you've got to risk a lot in order to get the best prize, so very well done to him.
And Combat Rat getting driver of the day. But the Racing Point taking a selfie on the top step of the podium. I'm sure Quantum will be absolutely wrapped with that win. Excellent drive from him and Combat as well, and Stars. Great recovery from Stars. So should be all smiles on that podium. So we now have a look at the final results. So obviously Quantum, Combat and Stars, the top 3. Just missing out was Psycho, followed by Pondon, Decelerate, Nut, Trin, Simdogger and Vasa getting that final point. Just missing out on the points there was Keeper, Baitmate, Skins, Lick, was a DNF, and Lights and Saxa as well. All those DNFs there. So it was, the Williams also got a little bit lucky there. They got a couple of points, more than nothing. So yeah, could have been much, much worse. But yeah, I think that concludes all of our racing and our streaming tonight. I'm not sure what the next race is, so we will be back on Friday for our F2
Japan,
series.
I believe. Yes. No, Russia. Sorry, Russia on the 13th of December.
There we go. So make sure you tune in on Friday for our F2 series, and then on Sunday, what's after Singapore?
Russia. Yes.
But yeah, so just having a quick look at the calendar. Yeah. We already did Japan in the F2, so it would be Monaco, I believe, in the F2s on Friday. And the Tier 1 and Tier 2 will be at Russia at 7 o'clock Melbourne time. So I hope you enjoyed all of the racing tonight. I know I certainly did. And make sure you join us next time. I've been Bandcamp, and joining me tonight has been Gus Rules, and we'll see you then.
See you guys.